All right. Hey, congratulations, and welcome to a very special show on the internet we call Date Night Season 2. Um, if you're not familiar with who we are or what we are, don't worry, because not many people are. And if this is your very first time watching it, what are you doing? Starting with Season 2, you crazy. Go to YouTube, go watch all of Season 1, and then come back for this. Um, I am DM Matt. I'm a big nerd who made up things, and we have some players who are playing them. And those players happen to be Ian playing Space Rimardo.
Thanks, Martin. Very afraid. Very confused. Very afraid.
Mm-hmm. Very fair. Very fair. Haha, there is text over my face. Thanks, off-screen producer Carly. Definitely not my wife. No one would ever know. Also playing with us is Shefa playing Space Sheva.
I'm here, and I'm here to be powered by Spite.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Spite.
That's right. That's right. And last but not least, we have Nate playing Space the Kraken.
I'm no longer the Kraken because I'm in space.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That all seems fair. We have introduced ourselves. They all have the name Space in front of them because randomly these people went to space. And I mean, we could talk about that. We really could. Or we could go into our very special theme song, which all the players love, because it's just 10 seconds of silence for them.
Mm-hmm.
I love that I can hear it now, so it's not just horrible, awkward silence for me, but it is still for you guys. I love it. So we left off in a very strange predicament. You guys were the coin, the three-faced coin, and then you said that's a dumb name. We want to be the sandwich, and you guys became the sandwich. The heroes of Terra Luna, some god killers, some god frienders, some orb frienders. It's so many things. So many adventures happened in Terra Luna. And it all came down to the Kraken becoming a god. Correct?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
it did happen.
it did happen.
Did.
The Kraken was a god. There's a
I
word
was
in
the
there.
god of the male, and I can't read.
You were getting good with numbers though.
I can count up to 100.
Yep.
Yep.
Everything is just hundreds if you think about it.
I think so.
Don't ask me to count above 100. Only got to 100.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But, you get to 100, and then you just start count. 100.
Yeah. What?
But all of season 1 came down to a massive event where you guys were sent down to a planet filled with mind flayers and other brainy, disgusting creatures. Just to kind of discovered you got ripped off and you were kind of cheated and lied to by a handful of gods. I will give one very special gift to someone who can remember the 3 gods that were betrayers.
The All Daddy.
That's one of them.
All Daddy, Lady Tulip.
Lady Tulip. Oh, who was that third one?
Hermes?
No.
They killed Hermes. Well, we technically weird kill.
Well, we came about with his,
Zeus betrayed us.
It would appear as if Zeus betrayed you, but he was never at the Council of the Gods. He never
No.
made it for whatever reason.
God damn it.
Tim was the avatar.
Yep.
Oh, this is bugging me now.
All right, last chance in 3, 2, 1. It was the three-headed dragon god, the god of the beasts.
Oh, we
That's
never
right.
really talked to that dude.
Never really. No, he sniffed the kraken once, I think.
Yep.
Yep,
Maybe that's why he betrayed us. We weren't nice enough to him.
that's true.
Mhm.
So,
He felt snubbed.
mhm. You don't know for sure, but King Dunkel, I don't know, Bart, the God of Darkness, and Max were not seen, quote unquote, in a betrayal esque fashion, watching you guys suffer and die by yourselves. So those are some things. Those are some things that happened. You guys got some information from these mind flayers. A little bit of there's kind of two groups of us, some who eat people and kind of are okay, and then the ones that just eat whatever they find and go a little crazy. And the crazy people were looking to take over the world, the universe, everything. And the guys who ate people were kind of okay with just eating people on one planet. They did want you guys to feed them gnomes as like kind of payment for not going crazy, but you guys in close proximity to Tim, a gnome, decided that wasn't a good idea. In the middle of the fight, when all craziness was breaking loose, a black inky void kind of just ruptured in front of you guys, and you heard a voice that said, come in, hurry, get over here, and you guys just went for it. And you found yourself in space. I would love to give you more, and I'd love to let you guys react, but I told you however many months ago you couldn't. Because the second you go through that void, your organs kind of start to pull themselves tighter. You're having a hard time getting breath. Your eyes are getting puffy, and your ears are automatically plugged. And there is a lady in front of you. In fact, you can see her on this little clip right here. She is a lady she's wearing a helmet, but you can kind of see brains are kind of like dangling out of the helmet. And she just screams at you, which one of you are the pilot? Which one's the pilot? Who would like to do anything?
Can we do anything with our organs rupturing and
Oh
expanding?
man, it's a real bummer. It doesn't feel great.
I think Romardo would like to go.
That gesture was, sorry.
That's just kind of like doubling over in mortal agony as she's dying.
Absolutely. Her eyes get pretty wide. Kraken, Sheva, anything you guys want to do?
The Kraken's eyes go in two different directions.
her eyes widen yet again.
I'm just gonna look at the Kraken. Like, the fuck?
She goes, you're the pilot? Come on, we have no time to waste. We'll get you in chambers in a second. And she grabs you and pulls you over to a command center. Tons of bleeping lights. Also, you're getting ready to pass out, by the way, the Kraken. Tons of blinking lights. There is like a thruster handle to hold. What do you do? She looks at you. She's like, what are the coordinates? Where are we going?
2.
She stares in amazement. She goes, one of you are the pilot, right? She looks back at Romardo, doubling over in pain. Sheva presumably also in quite a bit of pain.
Barnaby.
Oh, Barnaby.
He's smart. Oh,
Barnaby is like dry heaving on the floor. he's not used to pain, and this is a lot more pain than he's ever had.
Romardo would like to just like crawl to the Kraken if he can.
Absolutely.
Ribbit.
He's not gonna talk. He's gonna start like slapping buttons randomly on the because the person's freaking out. Go like, where are we going? He's gonna start like randomly pawing buttons on the dashboard.
The other individual, besides this lady, presumably a lady, looks and goes, "Oh my God, they see us! Watch out!" And you guys kind of glance just for a brief second, and there's a bright light that just seems to be coming towards you from your left and just explodes. You guys feel the vacuum of space. You're sucked through this explosion hole, and you guys all presumably start suffocating to death.
Hi.
Yeah.
Season 2.
These
That's a
two
wrap.
creatures kind of look at each other, look at you guys, and go, "Oh my God, we got the wrong guys." What? And they're like having a conversation while you guys are suffocating.
The crack is just like, I take my whip
Mm-hmm.
as my eyes are, and bring my eyes back together and like try to lasso
Uh-huh.
the sandwich together.
Uh-huh. Let's all real quick roll 1d8. Let's just see what happens.
Hang up. Can you roll one for me?
Yep.
You know,
We'll roll one.
You roll an actual D8.
Oh my gosh, gravity.
So where's my D8?
4. Okay. I do need to make some things affected by gravity. I forgot dice don't work in zero gravity.
I didn't have my die out.
Da-da.
Let me roll.
That's okay.
Forgot
That's
that.
okay.
Forgot how to use Dice Maiden.
I have to use gravity all of a sudden.
I rolled a 3.
A 3. Okay.
Mhm. That's good, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then Shava, you said you wanted Ian to roll for you? Or did you want me to
Sure.
roll for you?
Oh, so you can.
I roll.
Reason I rolled die.
Mhm.
That is a 1.
Oh my God! Oh no!
Barnaby got a 4. So you all kind of look frantically about. The only one who had any common sense was Shelly.
I rolled a 5.
Okay. Oh yeah, I did see yours. Sorry, Kraken. And no one has any stats to help this. Shelly goes over to Kraken, taps you on the head, taps you in the pocket. You're bursting at the seams. Would you like to die in the vacuum of space, or would you like to attempt something?
Meet the Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to die in the vacuum of space.
Okay.
What
Shelly is attacking your pocket,
I
ripping it open.
reach into my pocket.
A
What's in the
small
pocket?
flask flies out of your pocket. You do recognize it as one of the flasks that Madame Tulip gave you, which was a flask of foresight that she gave to all of you guys. Romardo, you used yours, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The Kraken's like, I'm gonna drink this.
Okay. Shava, you at seeing the Kraken, if you can, I don't know if your eyes have exploded yet. You would remember you also have one of those. Flask of future sight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But the Kraken, you said you were going to try and drink yours?
Yep.
Okay. It just, I mean, you open it and it floats out of the flask.
The Kraken slurps.
Okay. Congratulations. You are looking at a female alien going, "Which one of you is the pilot?" And you start choking.
Well, I'll be a pilot.
Okay. She takes you over to the control panel, puts you in front of a thruster handle. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna push this thruster handle.
Okay, you push it forward. Everyone, Romardo, Sheva, Barnaby, back to agonizing pain.
Oh my god! It's an endless loop.
Okay. Kraken, you push these thrusters forward, and the other guy kind of looks out the window again and goes, "Oh my God, they found us!" And a giant beam of light just misses whatever craft you're in.
Food?
That's
Yeah, it's up to you. You guys are suffocating to death, unfortunately. The atmosphere,
still suffering.
I will tell you, has a bit of like a limey kind of taste. You can tell the atmosphere tastes different, which is odd.
The Kraken's like, I can't breathe.
She looks at the rest of you guys and goes, "Can you all not breathe either?"
I don't even know how I'm forming these words right now.
It's just like wheezing.
She looks over to her companion and goes, "We got the wrong guys. Are you even a pilot?" And she looks over at you, Kraken.
I am now.
Okay. She goes, get in the. She points to these like open chambers. She goes, get in the chambers before you guys die. Damn it.
I used to fly.
She just like is
I
pulling
drag
you by the
Barnaby.
collar and like pushes you into a chamber. The other guy grabs Barnaby and put him into the chamber. Who rolled highest on that D8?
I got a 5.
Okay, it was 5. Romardo, what did you get?
I think it was 4.
Okay, and Sheva's was a 3, correct?
The 1.
Oh,
There's a one.
that's right. Okay. Kraken, you get tossed into this chamber. The door closes. You can like barely kind of hear those two interacting now as they go, "What are we gonna do? We needed that pilot. We stole this ship. We were in so much trouble." And in front of you, like everything disappears and a prompt comes up, and it just gives you a list of what it says as trauma donors.
Is there uh, uh, an auditory section like option so I can listen to it?
that's right. It you know what? Only because it's hilarious. If it doesn't, no, it does not. You just start seeing these profile pictures with a bunch of just not numbers scrolling next to them.
Awesome.
Yep, that's I mean,
I
hilarious
go
for
to
me.
I go to the one. Yeah. Okay. So let me just pull
up. You kind of scroll
the
through.
just because he scrolls through it like 5 times.
Okay.
And then he sees, oh my gosh, the one I chose does have. He sees the one that has numbers in it.
Yep.
And he goes back and he scrolls. He's and he chooses 87%, and that's
Mhm.
weird. With
Yep. Something in you sees 87 and goes, I know that one. And we will take. Oh, that's Barnaby. We want the Kraken.
Yeah.
We will take the Kraken all the way over here for Kraken's very own little side mission. The Kraken, you select an individual, which I'm not going to tell you who it is because you can't read. Um, and you start getting like these flashback videos. You start to understand a little bit about this creature. You kind of start to see a movie-esque reel. And then you hear narration over top of it. So it did have narration, I guess. It just was a jerk.
Thank goodness.
And you hear 7 out of 8 ain't bad. It didn't take long, not for B. At least he had a goal in mind, so it didn't feel like it took that long. His family left him. No credits to his name. No KC whatsoever. He was the only Guillaume on the streets that has ever lived on the streets. He was scum. You are scum. He learned, you learned, scum tricks. He learned, you learned, scum ways. He, I mean you, became a street lord, then a city underground ruler. You were almost ruler of all of Sohas. Almost. The Kraken, the screen and like this narration kind of dies out, and you kind of just see your own hands that don't look like the Kraken hands, and they're on a desk. Kraken, you have become B, the crime lord of Sohas. Not necessarily crime lord, sorry, underground ruler. Let's call it that.
Become the thing that I hate the most.
You find yourself in your annual BlitzGon, which is a week meeting, and it's new hire day. And this new hire looks very, very sweaty. What would you like your meeting to be about? The lack of Krillium deposits? Or would you like it to be the KC that you're owed and you need that money now?
I like money.
Okay. You kind of like blur into this person and you hear your voice and it sounds different, and you just hear, "Where's my KC? You told me I would have 10 grand. Now, where is it?" And like that came out of your mouth. And these people just look around. They go, "We're trying to find as much as we can. We're trying our best. What do you say?"
It doesn't look like your best because you would have it already.
They kind of look around. They go, "Well, it's, I mean, not to mention it was new hire day, so we had to kind of show the new guy around." No, I'm not trying to have excuses. Uh, the Kraken, I mean B. Sorry, B. Roll me 3d8 and tell me what the highest number of those is.
Oh,
I got an 8.
An 8. New hire. His hands were in front of him, crisscrossed, and one of them is like slowly reaching back towards his hip, ever so surely. You're smart enough. You've been around. Clearly, new hire looks like he's going to pull a weapon or something on you. But
Kraken goes for trench maker.
okay, you kind of reach towards your back. Everyone kind of hesitates for a split second, and you see everyone's hands go on his hips. You kind of hear this narration over top again and goes, 7 out of 8 is not bad. Kraken, these guys all start to pull weapons on you. They're odd to you, but one of them fires, and like you lean out of the way in a beam of lightning, we would call it for you, like Tim would shoot out, flies right past your face. Your first instinct, something comes out of your wrist.
Whoa.
It's very sharp.
Yeah. Nice. He's gonna He's like slightly sad, thinking of Tim. He just sees. He goes into his Kraken rage.
Okay.
Thinks of the old daddy.
Mm-hmm. New lasers have hit you now in the shoulder. 2 hit you in the ribs. You can hear someone kind of behind you, and they go, "This is our city now. We're fed up with the underground. What would you like to do?" He's going to continue monologuing, but
It's my
assume you wanna
city.
do something.
I protect this city.
Okay.
And then the Kraken will continue to try to knock
Okay.
anybody down. Yeah.
So you get 7 kills. Describe your 7 kills here, sir.
Ugh. You know, just various chopping in halves, vertically, horizontally, one eye gouge, and just like
Mhm.
just maybe taking someone and decapitation, all that jazz. It's just like, and he's just
Did you-
screaming, "All daddy!"
This new hire has like
and
retreated.
Orby.
And Orby has like retreated to the back wall and like bumps into something and just goes, "It's now or never for Sohas," and pulls out whatever weapon it was going to grab. And you see it's like a darkened blade that like almost fabricated out of nowhere and stabs you right in the middle of the forehead. And you feel like intense pressure and like pulling, almost like a bit of gravity was inside that dagger, and poof, the lights go out for old bees. Nate, on your character sheet, you can go ahead and write down, you can check off the main skill, which is knowledge. There's a box next to that. Go ahead and check that.
What
And
knowledge?
yeah, knowledge. You can check off tactics. You are proficient in tactics. You can choose either laser, ballistic, or plasma
Oh, where's that at?
under
Oh, I-
combat.
Ooh. Hmm. Laser, ballistic,
Or plasma.
Or plasma.
I think I'll go ballistic.
Okay. You can check off insight, haggle, and intimidation. 1, 2.
I can get skills.
And you can check off strength as well.
Right.
All of a sudden, Kraken has social skills for those very specific social interactions.
I know numbers, so I can haggle.
Yep, you sure can. The Kraken, you feel whatever this atmosphere is that tastes limey. You can like feel limey like in your fingers now and like your toes. And when that door opens now, that chamber door opens, you can breathe. All you hear behind you is a mechanical voice that goes, "Trauma fluid inserted. Have a good day."
I wish she told me this when I got in.
Up next, Rimardo, you get to go in your chamber. Miguel, I guess, is going to have to come with you. I kind of forgot about Miguel. Sorry, Miguel.
He's just dragging him by the scruff of his neck into the thing with him.
Yep. You get to see your selection screen. You can actually read. So, who did you select as your trauma donor?
Palamon. I think that's
Yes. Yep. You're right. My format got all crazy. Yes. Well, let's find out what you're here. The narrator starts talking. A scientist who had it all, but he never could produce what he had. They always called you a hack. Your stuff worked. Well, it used to. Uh, your stuff was made well. Um, Wowzers, my handwriting is terrible. I just want you to know that. You never had it on hand, nor you never had the guts to show the world what you made. Were you crazy? You did have these things, right? You made them with your own hands, right? Yeah, of course I did. Of course. Yeah, the boots. Yeah, the boots. I made the boots. The glove gun. Who could forget the glove gun? Because that was it was left. It was right. It was left-handed. It was left-handed. That's right. Uh, I knew they worked. They had to work. I made them. And then all of a sudden, you start to drift into a scene where you're at the back of a bar drinking whatever. What are you drinking? What color is the thing you're drinking? Purple. You take a sip, and you notice it's the third time. This guy at the other end of the bar looked at you, giggled a little bit, and you can see it. You don't hear it, but you see his mouth goes, "What a hack!" What would you like to do?
Just kind of looks at him and narrows his eyes. And if I remember right from the write up, he just threw the glass at the guy.
You sure did. Launched your glass at the guy, hits him in the head, and he stands up. And something strange happens to his body because when he was hunched over, he didn't look that big, but now that he stands up, you can tell this man, which I will show you in a visual form.
Oh,
If I unlock it, darn anti-gravity, is a Yivu. Nate, I don't know if you can zoom in on that. The Yivu in this world, in this universe, are massive creatures. I described them to Nate, who did all the artwork for all these. So hats off to you, Nate. It's awesome.
Okay.
It's pretty great. You did all these like within 45 minutes of me telling you what they should look like. You killed it. But I told him LeBron James-esque stature and then a little bit bigger. So these guys are all like the peak athletes of the universe. In fact, they're usually the ones entertaining the masses in sport, combat. They're usually the front lines of the military, all this good stuff. So they're kind of decorated people. And this Yivu kind of stands up, and a little bit of your brain goes, "Damn, didn't know I was messing with the Yivu today." And somewhere in the back of your psyche goes, "This is a great time to test out the new invention, the laser rims." And you kind of just tap on your glasses there. What would you like to do?
I mean, Romardo heard laser rims,
Yep.
and he's going to go with whatever instinct that is attached to that because laser rims.
Yeah. Yeah. You grab your glasses. You have to hold them for a little bit, and a laser shoots out. Who were you looking at? Or what were you looking at?
It's probably like just looking right at the big guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're looking behind him now because there's a massive like rectangle that goes right through. He's a little bit bigger, so it went through his chest and not quite his face. But you're looking at his friend who you just shattered his drink, and he slams the rest of it on the ground and goes, "You!" And you kind of start to go blurry. You start to see smoke, and everyone starts running towards you. What are you doing? Where are you looking?
I
Because
mean,
lasers are still flying.
like is it like Cyclops in the X-Men when his visor's not working and it's just like a continuous stream coming out kind of thing?
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be. It's supposed to be a one-time shot, but it is still going.
Oh god, he's just gonna like sweep the room in a semicircle in front of him in a panic.
Oh yeah. I mean, chop, 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 chop. You hear people screaming, "Turn it off!" You hear other people just like going, "My legs are gone." You, I mean, you hear people going, "Honey," you just hear fire happening. What are you doing?
oh, oh no, oh no, 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 no. He's just like tapping the glasses frantically, and then he thinks, wait, the boots will save me.
Okay.
And then he attempts to activate his boots if they do anything.
Oh, absolutely. You activate your boots. All of a sudden, you're about 4 feet higher, and now you see your glasses are taking off the roof. Do you want to take any more steps?
It's just frantically running.
Oh yeah, things are going good because you've actually made a hole kind of towards the ceiling. You just got to get there, but unfortunately, instead, your boots start making platforms higher and higher, and you smack your head on the ceiling beam, and you fall flat on the floor. Your laser's still going off, and the roof collapses on top of you. um,
He's gonna try to tunnel out with the laser.
oh well, I mean, it would be
this
great.
is probably how. This is probably how he dies.
Oh yeah, no, you everything goes black. The reports all over the news, obviously, insane psychopath scientist murdered people. No one knows why. Entire city block went down. Um, but here's what you remember. After the building falls down, you kind of pull yourself out of the rubble. Uh, your comms start to get multiple messages. Break in at the lab. About 10 seconds later, break in at your house. About 5 seconds later, break in at the secret lab. About 7 more seconds later, break in at the actual secret lab. And with that, your limbs are not responding to what you want to do. Your boots of false floors are actually still barely working, so that's kind of what scooted you out of the rubble. But a figure stands over top of you and goes, "Doctor," and pulls out a ballistics pistol and shoots it right in your face. Roll me a d8. You know what? I gave Kraken
rolled it in.
the same chance. Oh, okay, you rolled an 8, so screw it. He was disguised. He was in like a damper suit, but he failed just a little bit because his handkerchief wrote out Helmtrex Corporation. Once again, Helmtrex Corporation. And that's when your chamber opens up and you hear behind you, trauma fluid inserted. Have a good day. Okay. And last but not least,
Oh, my glasses.
let's get Shava into her
Hold on.
chamber.
Whoa. Whoa, trauma.
And you can also read. So, who did you pick for your trauma? Oh, you're spinning. Okay, we could stop.
Oh my god.
We could stop this anti-gravity right about now. There we go. Who did you pick, Shava?
Oh, I'm trying to remember his name now.
I'm just
Double check
realizing
again.
it's basically my name. That's
Okay.
absolutely hilarious. You selected Moat.
Moat. Yeah. Yes.
You hear your narration over top. The academic all-star, the flight specialist, the absolute douchebag. You became all these things to make everyone else feel less than. You accomplished all these feats just to prove that you were better than everyone else. Congratulations. You worked so incredibly hard just to make sure that everyone else felt like shit. You kind of drift into this scene and you are on your deathbed just by old age. Nothing terrible happened to you. You lived, for you, a great life. You made everyone look stupid. Your family kept trying to get you to do different things, and instead you took over every other race's field and improved it. So you're on your deathbed with your one and only friend. Who's your friend?
My cat named Charlie.
Cat named Charlie. Absolutely. And this is space, so Charlie can talk. Charlie just kind of like rubs your face and looks over and goes, what was it all for, my glob? I mean, my glob, you were born rich.
It wasn't about the money. It was never about the money. It was all to make everyone else look stupid. The spite.
My glob, that's messed up.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I guess the worst part about this, my glob, is, I mean, they just came out with this new Dash, Helmtech Dash Fighter. It's a deluxe. It's got like an extra gun on it. They added an engine. There wasn't even space for another engine. Anyways, they just came out with it. Everyone's too afraid to fly it, but you're dying, so I guess you don't get to try it out. I mean,
I think YOLO.
unless you want to break out of this place.
YOLO, let's do it.
Okay, I'm a cat. So I know the best way to get out of here. And he just looks over to this like glass vial with like black oozy stuff floating in it. He walks over and tips it off the edge, and it shatters. Alarms start going off like crazy. People are running into your room, and Charlie grabs it and runs down the hallway and goes, "Live out my dreams, my glob." What would you like to do?
Make a break for it.
Absolutely. You know this hangar. You were just recently at this hangar, not more than a couple blitz ago, which is days. And you guys have to let me know if you don't want to use these stupid names. We can change it to just regular ass names. But if you want to hear me fumble my way through this stupid naming scheme I came up with,
Oh, I like it.
you're welcome. So it's only been a couple blitz ago. You were just there. You flew the latest and greatest invention, and everyone else crashed and died, and you laughed. You laughed at their death. So you know where you're going. You get there, and everyone's like, "Hey, what are you doing? You're dying. Go back to the hospital." The ship is sitting there, lights beaming on it. It's glorious. What do you do? What do you say? Anything?
You can't stop me.
I mean,
None of you can stop me.
they all kind of look around. They go, "There's no way that's." I mean, I'm not going to, but you're not. Oh, okay. No, yeah, you're right. We're not going to stop you. Go ahead. You hop on. You absolutely rip it. There's targets out there. You nail them. You make it look easy. It's going absolutely incredibly fast. Zagraz, which I will pull one up, which are like the smartest human beings in this universe, can't even comprehend flying this fast. Nate, if you wouldn't mind finding that Zagraz. They like physically import their bodies into computers, and they still can't comprehend what you're doing. And you kind of come to the end of this flight where you're supposed to land, and you feel something strange in your chest. It's a little explosion, and you go, it's all right. I got 3 of those. A second explosion, you go, third one's probably coming any minute. You know this is your heart. 2 of your 3 hearts have officially exploded. You know it's a matter of time. And the narration picks back up and goes, well, you had really 2 options. You could land, get out of the ship, in spite of everyone, land it perfectly, and die in the runway. Or you could land
Flaming glory.
crash it, and no one will ever fly this ship again.
Yeah, no, flaming glory. I'm gonna kill it.
Absolutely. You kind of grip the thruster and just send it down. And everyone's watching. They're like, man, he's showing off again. Look at this. He's going to land at this at full speed. And then you kind of like are at the point where we're about to hit the ground. And where do you go? Do you go to the hangar? Do you just crash into something and not kill anyone? I mean, how do you crash this bad boy?
Is there like a stands area?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't want to be alone at my funeral.
And just like that, ka-choosh, everything goes white, and your chamber opens up. Trauma fluid inserted. Have a good day. Ian, I forgot to give you your skills, so let me do Shava, and we'll jump over to your skills. Shava, on your character sheet.
You might need to do it because Ian's on the computer.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, we'll just get him to do it this time. We'll
Okay.
figure it out for next one.
Okay. So on Shava's character sheet, she gets to mark off your main skill, which was pilot, which is like at the bottom left. It's like the big bold skill.
Are you gonna do it, Ian or
Yes.
Matt? Somebody?
Someone help! I can most definitely if Ian can't right now.
Yeah, Ian's eating and has his sheet open.
Okay. Yep. Let me. I think I have one for you. That's Ian's. Here's what I'm gonna do. Make a copy.
All right.
Ta-da! Okay. And so what you have is pilot. You get personal craft, personal spacecraft, personal mobility suit. Under the social skill, you get mimic, which is like the ability to mimic other people, or I mean you're going to be able to use it for a lot of different things. It's kind of up to you guys. Intimidation, and under combat, you get vehicle. Under knowledge, you get tactics and computers. And your health is 8, which is going to be the lowest of everyone. But in all fairness, that guy was on his deathbed. And that is everything you get. So yeah, you come out of your trauma fluid chamber, and you see everyone else out there. Ian, your stats. Sorry, I skipped you. By the way, the Kraken. You got 16 to your health. By the way. All right, and Romardo, here are your stats.
And my base.
Yes, your base health. You get to check off knowledge as your main stat. Engineering, computers, and then under combat you get lasers and quick draw. And then under pilot, you get personal mobility suit. You get mech suit, which is under combat. So sorry about that. That was a trick. And then under athletics, you get speed. And your base health was 14. So there we go. Let me know if you guys have any questions about any of those stats. They might not make a whole lot of sense right now, but they will in the future. Bam, wham, wazzle. Okay. So you are all now in this like brightly lit white chamber, and this female alien looks at you guys and goes, "You feel better? Can you breathe now?"
Yeah, I can breathe.
Barnaby falls out of his chamber and goes, I can also breathe. Oh, oh.
Barnaby, you're alive.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. He looks over, he goes, I can't believe it, but I am. You guys are alive too. This is great. Uh Shelly steps confidently out of Shelly's chamber. Just goes, Shelly. And walks over to the group. Hmm?
You're muted, Rim.
You are muted. We heard a tiny bit through Shafa,
Ooh.
but we didn't hear much there, Mr. Ian.
Muted. I'm a smart guy.
Aha.
He's just saying to Shelly, he's like, "Are you okay? Did you see another person's life?"
Shelly just looks over at you and like eyes go dead and goes, yes.
Just crushed.
And then like turns its eyes back towards this person who is like staring at you guys. He goes, so I'm guessing you guys are new to this whole space adventure-y stuff.
To space, but not adventure-y.
Okay. So you guys at least like have, had battles and whatnot before?
Yeah.
I if you haven't, I'll drop you off somewhere safe and you guys could just go live a happy life. I'm part of a rebellion. We are currently in a escape pod. We just left the Helmtrex Corporation. They were about to take over. In fact, they blew up some planet while you guys were in the chamber, so they're not that great of guys. We could use some help.
Do we have understanding that we're on a spaceship and like understand how things work because we lived somebody else's life? Or is this still all like, what are those buttons? What are
I mean, right now it feels all a little strange. Do you want to would you like to roll a skill check? And if
I
so,
would.
which one? And if you're not quite sure, tell me what you're looking at, and I'll tell you what you're rolling.
I guess either computers or engineering.
Okay.
Just to kind of like look around at the ship and the room and kind of figure out like what the hell's going on.
Perfect. So here's how
and what he should do not die.
Right. So here's how this works. So this game system is a little different than Date Night Season 1. Each one of those checkboxes, it's going to go from left to right. So your main skill is a checkbox. There's proficiency, and then there's mastery. You're going to add a D8 every time you have a check mark in a category. So you'll always start off with the main skill. So athletics, combat, knowledge, pilot, social, or will. If you have a check mark there, grab a D8. And then, so you wanting to do computers or engineering? Okay. And you have knowledge checked, correct? Okay. So you already have one D8 in your hand. Do you have a check for proficiency in engineering or computers?
Yeah.
Okay. So you add one more D8. And then I know the answer, but you don't. But I'm going to ask it anyways. Do you have a check mark in mastery?
And I do not.
No. So you only roll 2 instead of 3 dice. So go ahead and roll 2d8 and tell me if you get same success scale. 7, 8 is a success. 6 is a fumble. Everything else is not good.
The first is a 7.
Okay.
The second is a 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of start looking around all these blitz and bloops and lights and all this good stuff. You go, okay, these things are buttons. These buttons are telling this craft to do certain things. And do you want to just kind of walk past this individual and hit a button?
She's gonna go like, which button do I need to press to make things that are trying to kill us die?
And the other kind of person who has not described themselves yet, but just kind of like peeks around the corner and goes, hey, that's the guy who guns. I like this guy already. What's your name?
Ramardo, but Palim, Ramardo Hunt. What are there guns?
Oh, he got
Where are the
power.
guns?
Uh-oh. We got to keep an eye on this guy. This guy's crazy. Yeah, we got guns. We got lots of guns. And he points over, and it's a tiny joystick. There's only one of them, and it has like a little spaceport window. And he goes, I might have overestimated how many guns we have. We have a very small laser. It's for like blowing up asteroids.
Ramar just heard blow up and just like kind of zombie staggers over to it. Make thing blow up.
We got a lively one. Here, yeah, go ahead, give it a shot. Sorry, hold on, Captain. Is that okay if Rimardo takes a shot? She just looks over and she goes, "Oh my god, yes, test out the laser."
Ramar was not waiting for any permission. He was just like walking over to
Pew.
it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Pew pew pew. And in game, that would be a vehicle combat dice roll. By the way, just so you're aware. Anyone else? Would anyone else like to do anything?
The Kraken's gonna just he's gonna take Trenchmaker and be like, put it on his arm and like, ha! I had a sword in my arm.
Yes, that's very interesting. We're gonna use some of that knowledge. That weapon looks super great.
Yeah,
A lot of people have these things called guns, and she holds out like from her side, like pulls out a rifle.
Yeah.
And she goes, "This shoots at super far distances. It's fairly accurate. Like I could go to the end of the ship and I could shoot you in one of those tentacle things coming off your face.
No, you couldn't.
I mean, I could. I don't want to because that's going to hurt you really bad. I could.
I don't think you could. I would. Dodge.
Anyways,
So fast.
I'm Z. I just wanted my real name you couldn't pronounce, and frankly, I haven't used it in so long I might not be able to either. We were told to pick up some grand adventurers, but they were supposed to already, have trauma fluid and be a part of the universe. So I don't know who you guys are. You can stop playing with the laser now, please.
No, I'm kidding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We are great adventure.
Yeah.
Yep. I am Z. This is Tester. It's an unfortunate name, but it's also his job. And Tester just kind of goes, "Hey guys, it's great to have you guys on board. It's great to have anyone else on board because I'm tired of testing all the electrical equipment." She goes,
It is an unfortunate name. Did your parents name you that before you had your job?
The Helmtrex named me that. The corporation did.
Oh God!
I was also a tester over there. I hated it.
Oh God!
I'm the Kraken.
Do we have to say the every? Is it just Kraken? Is it the Kraken every time?
Yeah,
Every time.
Okay,
every.
that's interesting. Also, cape. Having a cape in zero gravity might be difficult, but good luck.
The Kraken just starts taking off his clothes and he goes, "You got yeah."
I mean, we got different clothes if you want.
Yeah.
Different clothes.
Can I keep some? Can I keep like some things? I do like.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. You keep what I don't want any of your stuff. So we'll get you a locker. We'll get you. I mean, this is a kind of a temporary thing. We're gonna get back to the rebellion, and hopefully they have ships now.
Yeah.
They didn't when we left. And she points over to Sheba and goes, "And yourself?"
What?
Who are you?
Well, that depends. I've had some very concerning thoughts about that in recent times. Had some
Yeah.
very weird memories cropping up.
Yeah, trauma fluid kind of does some weird stuff to you. Uh, Also, you guys all have nanites inside of you. You might notice like a weird taste.
What?
Nanites, little
Hmm.
nanites. They're like small computer. This is going to be super difficult to explain. Uh, they're like robots, but really small and super smart. And they're actually eating away at all the bad stuff in the atmosphere, and they're turning it into usable energy inside your body. Isn't that amazing?
Neat.
Yep.
I didn't consent to that.
No,
Shell-
but you also would have died. It's kind of
Uh,
something we all live with. The cool thing is, you can go out in space for about a minute before the nanites explode, and then all your organs explode.
uh,
So there's got perks.
Oh, good. I'm ready
Shelly's a
to
robot.
contemplate my demise before I go.
Yeah, no, I mean, do you guys have comms yet? Because usually, an emergency ship can pick you up sometimes within that minute,
Mm.
but
We've
we'll have
got
to
a
figure
Orbi.
for comms.
I could. Does Romardo like know what any of these words mean?
It's kind of like the people who say they speak Spanish, and then like every now and then they're like "baño," and they're like, bathroom, nice. You know, it's kind of that situation where like some things make sense, and then most of it doesn't. In
Okay,
fact,
he's
for
like
all of you,
nodding.
some of this makes a little bit of sense. But then it's like a math problem where you looked away from the board and then the teacher like filled the whole board. And you're like, oh, I'm so many steps behind now. That's kind of where you guys are at as of right now.
Kraken isn't even looking at the board.
uh,
Shelly's a robot.
Shelly is not part of this conversation. Shelly is exploring the ship. Shelly is like looking at different like vids that are on the screens and whatnot,
Oh
and
no!
you can just see Shelly going, "Yes, understood."
Yeah, yeah.
I am
Shelly's
not so.
a robot. His tester. Like he's a robot.
I feel like we need to like keep a close eye on Shelly and make sure to include him in activities. I'm starting to worry about him.
Barnaby's in the back, just going,
Oh yeah, he was like a killer
"Nanites,
robot.
nan,
Oh yeah.
nanites." Okay. Magello has not moved. In fact, Magello's moving a lot. Magello is shivering.
Yeah,
Uh,
I just like pick him up and tuck him in my jacket.
okay. The
So his
magical
poor bunny head.
shine of Magello's horn is actually fading, and it's becoming like
Oh,
a grayish tusk.
Miguel,
Mhm,
we
mhm.
shall return you to your former glory.
Magello, I mean, is in fear. So you can visibly see that on Magello.
Oh, buddy.
Z just kind of looks around and goes, "We're gonna be learning a lot about each other. First thing we need to know, where are we going? We kind of need to pick a place. There's rebellion on every planet. Right now we're outside the Chrome Pass. I'm just saying nonsense to you, right?
I mean, we have unfinished business at the planet you took us from. You
Well,
said something about a planet that got blown up. Is that the one you got us from?
I don't exactly know. I've never been that far, out past the core. In fact, there's not even space lines out there and jump lines, so I don't exactly know where that was. I was a
Yeah, I
prisoner
gotta go
on that
kill the
ship.
all daddy. He killed
All,
Tim.
all daddy. You,
Yes.
Yeah.
you see her just like grabbing something at her ear, and she's like, "My comms have to be absolute all daddy." Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all
Mhm.
that. He's a piece of shit.
I mean, I
he
would
killed
assume,
Tim
yeah. Oh,
and
you know,
Orby.
I apologize. I'm sorry to hear that.
And Madame Tulip, that bitch.
Uh huh. Mm-hmm.
There's a 3-headed beast dude.
You guys have been through a lot, huh?
Oh, they're all on the list, man.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where that was, and we have been flying for about 45 blitz now, so we are so far away from where you just were.
God damn it.
Do I have my bag of mail?
Oh, I mean, you do.
I got mail. Like, we could find it. I got a address.
Okay. She looks down. She goes, "That's wonderful. Yeah, go. Let's read some of this mail."
I can't read.
Okay. Okay. Well, we got to learn a lot of
I
things.
can
Let's
count. One
That's-
letter, 2 letter.
I was actually going to say, let's start with numbers. I'm glad you know them. We
Yeah.
say them a little differently, but it's fine. Our comms are going to fix that issue for us. In fact, we all need some comms. And she just starts grabbing these like wristwatch looking things and just toss them over to you guys. Barnaby goes to put it on and it like jumps to his wrist. She goes, "That's the nanites. They're here to help." So, would you all like to put on your comms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Kraken sees Barnaby do it, and he does.
Good.
I'm
They
gonna
do
use
not come
Barnaby like a
off.
canary.
Okay.
Barnaby isn't nice, so we're good.
Yep. Shelly also shakes his little chicken leg and goes, "Shelly, calm."
Shelly Hero.
Yes.
Yes.
And they put a calm on Shelly's ankle, and you can now hear Shelly, and Shelly has a very different speaking voice than before, and goes, "Oh, it's about time. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Wow, we've had a lot of adventure. I would love to talk about it. I think we need to learn quite a bit more about where we're at currently, but we need to talk about me dying a couple times. What was that about?"
Oh my god.
Shelly!
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 Mr. the
Really
Kraken.
hugging the chicken.
Yep, personal space, guys. Also, it looks like we have the technology. Can I get a body? And they
You
kind
got-
of
you
look
got
at
one,
each
though.
other. They're like, I mean, probably the nanites are working clearly.
I'm sure Martis is having like that beautiful mind moment where just like math is appearing in his head and he doesn't fully get it, but he does understand what it means.
Right.
Can we build him a body? Sure, we can build him. Androids exist. How do I know androids exist?
That's the nanites. They're working. They're actually gonna eat away part of your brain and like spit out a separate section. It's gonna help. We've all been honestly, it's usually a surgery we do for children. So
How do you know it's going to help? Have you ever met a human before? You don't look human to me.
oh yeah, we got guys who look like you. We call them Keymore.
You look like me.
Yeah.
What color is their brain? Is it gray?
Well, I mean, I have killed a Keymore too. It depends really.
What? God damn it! It's too late now. It's eating my brain.
Krakens. You guys got Krakens around here?
People like you, I mean, it's a dime a dozen. But are you kind of like misty a lot and like kind of like wet and gross?
I have been that.
Okay. I'm pretty sure we got
Yes.
some Krakens around. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Not the Kraken.
Well, I mean, I think they all have names like Gerald or something like that. But
Fierce.
mm-hmm. Anyways, guys, we got a lot to talk about. We have about half a cycle left on our trip, so we should probably get to know each other. Also, you guys want to take jump lines. You guys don't know what jump lines are. We already talked about the Chrome Pass. You guys want to be sneaky about how we get back into the system. You guys want to just acknowledge who you are right away. It's up to you. I mean, they're going to recognize the escape pod. So we got to, if we're going to go and just go right through the pass, we should probably tell them why we have a escape pod.
Just kind of staring blankly at her, like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest with you. We come from a planet where we went to a city one time, and we were
Mhm.
like really amazed and impressed because all the houses and buildings and places there had these like switches on the wall that when you
Yeah.
flick them,
Yeah.
these lights turned on.
Okay. So that's kind
And
of
that
like
was
our
like
base level.
that was like a
Yeah.
really big deal for us.
Okay.
Those lights came from Seuss. He was like
Yes,
trapped. Yeah.
Mm.
yes. There was a giant god of lightning pinned to a wall with several large iron spikes with chains running out of them, and his lightning was powering the town.
Yeah, where's the lightning god powering your boat here?
You must have a huge lightning god.
Also,
Tester drops
So,
to his knees and
do you know what go ahead, Tester.
Well, I mean, you can finish saying what you're saying. He's in awe. His jaw's just open.
Are you guys familiar with Grundles?
Tester almost looked like he was going to say something. Looked over at you and went, like, you guys have met a god?
we murdered the god.
Oh, he was a god.
Tester looks over at you. He's like, Grundle over here?
Well, I mean, God was really an ambitious title.
And then Z is just kind of looking over and she goes, you guys are messing with us, right?
Nope. There was a mind flayer infestation. Have you guys heard of them? Mind flayers?
I mean, we've got a lot of species. I don't know. What do they look like? No,
Yeah,
wait. Can we get back to the god thing? She said was
no, the mind flayer, they're crazy brain things.
okay.
And they have like a hive mentality, and they want to eat brains.
She takes off her helmet. She has like two massive, like actually multiple different massive braids that are just brains. Like her head goes from forehead to brains to go down her back brains.
Oh my god, they would love you.
That's terrible. They eat brains? Is that what you said?
Oh yeah, guess what they do?
She tucks her brain braids back in, puts her helmet back on, and goes,
Braids.
if you see some, point them out to me as fast as you can, please.
Oh, you'll know by the frantic screaming and gunfire.
Mm. Okay. Well, I would prefer not
Words
to.
and noise. Words and noise.
Words and noise.
I had an internet cut out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I'm back.
Okay. Z just learned about mind flayers, revealed that her air quotes hair is just strictly brains, and is very frightened. Tester just goes, "Can we get back to the gods thing?" What do you mean?
It's no big deal. Kraken was a god for a while.
Yeah, I could fly.
We have ancient like comms about gods. We have like videos, but no one's ever seen a god. You kidding me?
Do you guys have Grundles? Because that's how you defeat most gods.
You guys aren't even joking. You guys have actually killed gods.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember if I had any of the gold blood in my inventory or not. I don't know. I don't know that sheet off. I'll assume not, but we met a few. We were betrayed by a trio of treacherous gods which we must go back and avenge ourselves upon.
I mean, we can probably, yeah.
So wait, the other one was saying that there was no way of finding where we came from.
I mean, I'm guessing it just got blown up. Because like we
No.
left, there's a big thing of light and it like exploded. That was so that laser, it's like that, but like 1,000 times bigger. And that hit the
Is there,
planet.
is there any way you can find out?
Z computers. Can we check that out? She lazily looks over to Tester and goes, "That's your job." And Tester looks a little nervous. He goes, "I'll go look it up." Did it have a name?
He called our plate Terra Luna.
Okay, we'll start with that. And a decent amount of time goes by, and kind of comes back, and his face is a little like awkward. Really, he goes, that's definitely the one that got hit." He takes a big gulp, and he goes, I think what you guys called Terra Luna for us was just a series of letters and numbers and dashes. Is most definitely gone. I'm sorry." And that, my friends, is where episode 1 of season 2 of Date Night will stop for the night.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun! Terra Luna exploded.
Well, now we don't have to get revenge on the old daddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's been incinerated.
Yeah. I mean, who needs planets when you got giant laser beams, right? Hey, this has been Date Night. Oh, hey, a new follower. What's up, person? You exist now. We actually just wrapped up, so sorry you're getting in at the last second. But guys, you guys are in space now. You were just on a little planet, had barely even had electricity, and Romardo, you fired lasers out of a cannon. All of you were injected with nanites. Uh, Pretty intense stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Against their will.
I mean, you selected a name, right? Hey, thanks. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Thursday nights, date night is always on, unless there's a massive snowstorm and power goes out. Which, cross our fingers, guys. It's still winter. Anyways, I have been DM Matt. I'm a big nerd, and this is a thing I made. People playing it, including Nate playing Space, the Kraken.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Did
dodge
you-
some bullets.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy being a space mobster for a brief moment?
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Okay. I was gonna actually have something in there written about justice, but I skipped it.
It's okay.
Mhm.
There's plenty of justice in the future episodes.
Yeah, there's so much justice in this universe. Also playing was Shefa, now playing Space Sheva.
Yeah, and some trauma fluid people.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Trauma fluid is a thing. Yeah, we'll figure out trauma fluid.
It went from not knowing what a spaceship is to knowing how to fly every spaceship.
Yeah, being the
Yeah,
best space
and-
pilot ever.
Among other things.
Yeah. You also killed like at least 24 creatures, so
Yeah.
they're just watching this flight test. Anyways, and last but not least, we have Ian who played Space Romardo.
Space of Martha now wants laser glasses.
Now wants laser glasses. You better fix them this time, though. You
Worked out
also
so well.
murdered a lot of people, and then ran into a ceiling.
You didn't have a choice, though.
No, absolutely not. Yeah. No, I clearly took that away from him.
With each flashback, it was just like maximum casualties.
Oh yeah. Like I said, these were donors of their trauma fluid.
Oh, come.
Uh-huh.
And it's very dramatic.
Yep. Yep. These people no longer exist. You know, have some of their skills and memories. Enjoy them. And this has been date night. Any final thoughts before we close us out for the night? Going once. Do we make Ian do a jaunty tune to end every time again, or give up after one or two?
I'm so sad about Terra Luna. I don't know if I have any jaunts.
I mean, you guys did have some friends.
Barnaby's mom.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
Kraken City.
Kraken's entire city. Yeah.
The whole city. The
Romardo,
entire city.
your stepdad, but I mean, screw that guy, anyways, right?
Clean Masters.
Oh, Clean Masters.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Not Clean Masters.
You know what? Forget about them. They're space dust now. This has been Space Night. Good night, guys. Have a great night.
Good night.
You know.